So it may be better if you please be seated.
Yes, sir. I'll sir, எல்லாரும் கொஞ்சம் உட்காந்துருங்க. நான் கொஞ்சம் briefing கொடுத்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் நம்ம இது பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்போம். Translate பண்ணுங்க சார். Sir, they want in Tamil also. So I'll arrange.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Sir, கொஞ்சம் உட்காருங்க.
After photo and video, please sit down and then can start.
To ask any question that you have with respect to NEP 2020. I immensely respect all of you from media. You do a great job of taking the message to the common people in a language that they understand. UTC has been in touch with the media to inform about the reforms that are being introduced to people across the country in different languages.
Friends, we unveiled the NEP 2020 in 2020, and during last 1 year we have focused on the implementation part of NEP 2020 very rigorously. This NEP Vice Chancellors Conference we are conducting zone wise. We have divided the country into 5 zones, and this is the third such Vice Chancellors conclave that is being held in the southern part of India. Today we have more than 200 educational leaders, Vice Chancellors and heads of institutions who have congregated here for this conference to discuss about the opportunities that exist for the implementation of the NEP 2020 and also the challenges that we need to overcome. The whole idea of NEP 2020, my dear friends, is to provide freedom, flexibility and choices to our students. Our students, irrespective of from which background they come from, it could be from a rural background, it could be from urban areas, it could be from any socio-economic background. Today our students are very aspirational, they are thinking very high, and that's the reason why our country collectively is progressing at a rapid rate. You all might have heard how even though globally the economic systems are very unstable, India is a very stable economy. And India also is a largest economy in the world, the largest democracy in the world, and we have these democratic processes ingrained in our DNA since the ancient times. Tamil Nadu, for example, is a great example of how these democratic values have been practiced, preserved, and even today we value the democracy in our country. Friends, in various domains, be it science and technology, you have seen how ISRO is performing, or whether it is vaccine development, or it is the manufacturing of automobiles. Tamil Nadu is well known for it. In various domains we are progressing at a rapid rate. But however, there is a greater need to make sure that high quality education is made available to students coming from all backgrounds, especially those who are coming from the rural background. Because today 65% of Indians live in rural setup, villages and small towns. And 50% of our Indian youth is below 25 years age. That means a large number of our youth are living in villages and small towns. So our endeavor as part of the NEP 2020 is to make sure that these youngsters have access to divergent economic activities. Most of our young people who live in rural areas, they mostly depend on the farm activities. But however, we need to train them, skill them, so that they can participate in different kinds of economic activities, so that economically, socially, Indians across the country will progress, so that collectively we make our country a leading nation across the globe. And I am very happy to say that in Tamil Nadu, for a long time, there has been a greater focus on providing skill education to our students. And that's the reason why in many industrial areas, in manufacturing domains, Tamil Nadu is a leading state in our country, and it is contributing enormously to the growth of our GDP. And this is what we would like to do in the rest of the country also. Make skill education as part of our regular higher education, so that when the students come out of the educational institutes, they will become employable. But we are not looking at only making the students employable. We want to make sure that our students will become entrepreneurs. They themselves will become employers. And that is the collective will of our country. And NEP 2020 is providing us that roadmap to make sure that every student who wants to study has access to high quality education. Now I would like to take any questions that you may have. You may please sit down. Those who are recording, you can please sit down and let others also see me, so that we can have a free and frank dialogue on the implementation of the NEP 2020. Right. So any of you can ask the questions.
Sir, this is regarding autonomous status granted to colleges. Of late is leading down. Though it was there, it doesn't have nothing to do with NEP.
It is to do with NEP 2020.
I want to know the progress. What is the outcome of that initiative taken by the UGC 20 years ago?
Right.
We pursued it. They have allowed we have allowed the colleges to apply for autonomous status directly without going through the normal